Hello?
I'm here.
Okay. I got the boards. My first board, being in the business, it's my first boards I've ever seen, so you know, I'm coming along. Hold on, let me just put this so people they care to watch, they can watch. Bear with me.
Can you make my picture smaller?
You look awesome. I refuse to. I absolutely refuse to. Okay, so let me move you over. Okay, I got the drawings. They look awesome. It's hard for me to envision how how we go from them to production. So.
Right. Well, I think that the way I'm working, on each board, you would have two pans, and when you see the whole, we can sit down and I'll send you just clean line drawings too, just front and back clean line drawings, and we can lay them out and say, okay, what do we really need? Like, what are we envisioning is going to be just the staples, like the next, the next essential, or the next pack windbreaker that we just know you're going to sell the heck out of.
Okay.
Or what is, there's two jackets that I have on the Destination Outback board that I could envision as being concealed carry, and looking and saying, okay, this is the really over-the-top exterior pockets, and this one is a more understated kind of work jacket, barn coat, that you could have, an opening on the side seams. You could have zips so that if somebody had to get to a holster or something, maybe they could. So I think it's just a matter of looking at it as a whole and just talking it through.
Okay, so I mean, so what does that mean in terms of what we should be doing right now? It seems that this is just truly a teaser, and that which is perhaps what was intended. So I love what I see, but I think I have to physically, as you anticipated, see the boards in front of me and have the.
And the boards, that would be like what you saw of the Outback board. There's like another sort of third. There's fabric on there. You can probably see some like little details, some labeling details that I think might be nice to move into for your pans as opposed to your woven label. There's some Eddie Bauer, how they do the inside of their waistbands. It's a printed label instead of a woven label that I think looks really nice.
Okay.
So it's like little details like that and I don't know where you stand as far as a graphic designer, because that would be a whole comprehensive package that we would need to say to somebody, okay, we want to do some rebranding. We want to do something that's not just the typical woven label. We want to do an interesting size label instead of just the locker loop, the little loop.
Well, I mean, I in between now and when these are going to be, submitted to the factory, I don't envision having the magical, clothing graphic designer lined up. But I mean, there's nothing about this that I don't think that we couldn't do internally as we have before. We know what the content effectively is going to say: SCOTTeVEST, SEV, travel clothing, and with our website, patent number, or the logo. I mean, we know it's a limited universe. It's just where it gets interesting is what are the fabrics, materials, and of the label that are going to comprise it. So.
I guess like that was the other thing though, that since you've now moved a little bit more into a travel market. I think your old logo with the SUV and the red button is a lot more tech. It's more geeky kind of tech, and I didn't. You at some point would want to move into something that's looking a little bit more, I'd say like a topo map or something.
No, I think that's right. I think that so. If you have ideas along those lines, please outline what your thoughts are, and we can start working on that immediately. I think that Robert has some capacity to do that. I'm not sure if Tom is listening to me or not, but I think that's quite possible. So that's not a problem. So. But I guess my biggest concern is how we go for, what other pieces in this puzzle like that are going to be needed, to take these fabulous ideas to, a point where, they can get made.
Well, I have enough fabric swatches and ideas of fabric that I'm going to take those with us to Magic. So whether I'm, shipping them to the Wesley and Leo, or whether I'm just going to another fabric manufacturers displaying there and talking to them, that's we're going to narrow in on fabric.
So that's the actual fabric. So the labels themselves, hopefully maybe we'll take some snapshots of similar brands and get ideas on how to read their...
Yeah, I bought an Eddie Bauer can, and they're how they like screen print their label. Let me see if I can send you I'll send you another thing when we're done the call. But they do it on sort of a woven webbing, and that's the inside of their waistband, and that's what their logo and their ID is printed on. So that would, I think it just gives it.
I agree. No, I like the topo map idea. I like the maybe some of the things that Matt's exploring is travel made easy. We're not going to change for the trip of your life, and we can have we really want to emphasize that the thought of travel made easy as being part of what we're about. It's a travel clothing brand, and that's that's the thought of this. And to the extent that we have to revisit even some of the designs of the pocket cards, this is a major undertaking. It involves a variety of different things. So I just let me pull up your boards for a moment. I want to try to. I'm not sure if I can. Do you know? Okay, Laura can take a look in 5 minutes. I'm gonna